What's going on, guys? Steve here. Welcome to my review of The Flash Season 3, Episode 13, entitled Attack on Gorilla City. So I thought this episode was really cool. It was very entertaining. Even though at points the CGI wasn't fantastic, I thought that it got the job done, and I thought that it was really cool to see the Flash versus Grodd, even though they didn't really fight each other. He fought Solivar, but still, I thought that it was just a very entertaining episode. It's easy to think that this probably took up a lot of their CGI budget this season. That being said, I did have a couple gripes with the episode, which we will get to. So the overall story of the episode, Grodd kidnaps Harry, or Earth 2 Wells, to lure Team Flash there so that he can use Cisco's power so that he can create an army to invade Earth 1 because that's where he's originally from. That's the overall story of the episode, and we get that when Jesse Quick shows up in Earth 1. So this then makes Barry, Cisco, Julian, and Caitlin travel to Gorilla City in Earth 2 to stop Grodd and save Wells. The other storyline that we had was weirdness between Wally and Jesse. And we'll talk about that first, I guess, before we get into the main story arc. This is one of the things I just really didn't like about this episode because it was just Jesse using drama for the sake of using drama. She's like, oh, well, you haven't contacted me. Well, you're on another Earth. You're on another dimension. It's not like he can just call you up. I thought that that was just a kind of a stupid BS excuse. And sometimes these shows just kind of like throw drama in there just for having drama. I thought we could have done without it. I thought it was just really dumb and stupid. I didn't like that. I mean, in the end, they made up and everything's okay. So that's fine. But it was just something that they needed to fill it, so they threw this storyline in there. And that's one thing I didn't like. Now, if you missed it, there was a Planet of the Apes reference by Julian. And if you missed it, there's an Easter egg because Tom Felton was actually in one of the Planet of the Apes movies. So that's why they made that reference. So after they go to Earth 2, they all get captured by sleeping darts that the gorillas had shot at them. And they get brought into like these prison cells where they're all going to be executed by Solivar, who is the king of Gorilla City at the time. Now, I have to say, Tom Cavanaugh, the guy who plays all of the Wells, is still killing it. He is, I think, hands down the best actor on the show. To play so many different characters on the show and do a good job at all of them, he did a fantastic job when Grodd was mind controlling him. Plus, he had to play the part of HR and the part of Harry. So bravo to him. I liked that a lot. I thought that was one of the highlights for me of this episode. Now, another thing that kind of bothered me was Grodd's ultimatum. He says to Barry and Team Flash, kill Solivar and I will leave Earth 1 alone. I just want to be king. Now, yes, he was lying and he was tricking them, but they didn't know this at the time and they seemed to believe him. If you're trying to save Iris and you're trying to do everything that you can to prevent the future from happening, wouldn't you take that shot? That's what really bothered me because a lot of these episodes, they kind of like pick and choose how they're going to change the future. If you know this is going to change the future or you're pretty sure this is going to change the future, then take that shot and change the future because that's what you need to do. And I feel like they're not doing everything they need to do to change it. And then it doesn't change the future and we're where we are in the future. Now, obviously, I don't think Iris dies. We actually did a theory video on that. You can check it out. But this is the things that just kind of make me a little mad because it's like, you know that this could possibly change the future more so than trying to do it your way. And they always try to do it their way and it doesn't work. So that's one thing I didn't like about this episode either. The fight was great. Even though, like I said before, the CGI wasn't, movie quality is really good for TV and it was believable. I had no gripes with it. I thought the fight and the action in this episode was fantastic. It's probably some of the best action that we've seen so far this season. Now, in the end, Grodd tricks Barry, and then Team Flash tricks Grodd as Barry pretends to be dead, and they use Caitlin's cold powers to turn him blue to make it look like he is dead. Another thing that bothered me, why would Grodd take him out of the cell? Just leave him in the cell to die. There's no point in like checking on him and then throwing him. If he's supposed to be a super smart gorilla, when you just leave him in there. So it was kind of like a cop-out. And it didn't bother me that much, but it was still, he's supposed to be the super smart gorilla. If Barry's dead and you don't need him, just be like, okay, that's great. And then just walk away instead of taking him out and throwing him to the side. You're basically allowing him to escape, which is exactly what happened. Now, it doesn't matter because the gorillas are coming anyway because they're using Gypsy to get to Earth 1 next episode. And next episode looks fantastic. I really hope it's good. We get to see Grodd in his armor like we see him in the comics. There's another Easter egg there. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week when we have this big team up episode. You're going to have Team Flash, all their heroes, going off against Grodd and his army of sentient gorillas. So I think it's going to be a great episode next week. I am looking forward to it. Please let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, please let me know why. Sound off in the comments below. I will do my best to try and respond. If you haven't already, it would mean a lot to us if you subscribe to our channel, Cool Nerd Show. You can follow us on Twitter at Cool Nerd Show or follow me on Twitter at Tresonator. Make sure you check out all of our other videos over on our channel. We do a bunch of DC TV videos and reviews every week, and we have a live Nerdcast every Friday. We broadcast live on YouTube. You can join the chat, join the conversation, and ask us questions, and we will answer them live on air. If you miss it, you can always come back and check it out. Hopefully I will see you guys then, and thank you for watching.